Welcome to the Explainer. So if you've ever felt like you're just constantly running on a treadmill to try and keep up with your daily workload, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're focusing on a remarkably simple guide for complete beginners to start using AI literally today. We're going to transform how you look at your daily tasks, moving your workload from totally overwhelming to honestly practically effortless. We'll be breaking down the core concepts from the AI advantage to give you a very clear, actionable path forward. All right, let's dive right into this. Let me ask you something. Are you wasting hours every single week? Just think about your typical workday for a second. Are you still doing things manually? I'm talking about the really heavy lifting. The writing, editing, researching, designing. It's exhausting, right? But I want to validate a huge frustration for you right off the bat. If you feel like you are working way too hard just to keep your head above water, the problem isn't your effort. The problem is your tools. And the crazy part is that there are entirely free AI websites out there right now that can handle almost all of this heavy lifting for you. Right now, it probably feels a bit like you're pushing a boulder up a mountain. You're stuck working the hard way, just grinding through all that manual writing, reading, and editing. But there is a much better way. The AI advantage is essentially like strapping a rocket to your workload. The source material makes this really profound point. The real advantage today isn't about working longer hours. It's about using better tools to move incredibly fast. The people who are adopting these free AI websites early, they're basically leaving everyone else in the dust. Section 1. The best starting point. Let's focus on mastering your gateway tool. And here it is, ChatGPT. Now look, I know most of us have heard of it, but very few people are actually using it properly. You gotta stop thinking of it as just a neat little website and start treating it as a literal second brain. It's a free tool sitting right there in your browser, totally ready to handle your heavy mental lifting. You can use it for writing drafts, brainstorming ideas when you're completely stuck, scripting out presentations, or even planning your schedule. It is the ultimate digital assistant just waiting to be put to work. So, why do some people say ChatGPT is totally useless, while others swear it changed their lives? Well, it really just comes down to one simple equation. If you give it a lazy command, you're going to get a lazy, weak result back. But if you give it better instructions, which we call prompts, you unlock some truly incredible stuff. The quality of what this second brain produces for you depends entirely on the instructions you give it. Master the prompt, and you master the tool. Moving on to Section 2, a real-time saving example. Let's talk about crushing the research phase. Okay, picture this. Have you ever been handed a massive, incredibly dense document, or maybe a huge article that you absolutely have to understand by, say, 2 p.m.? The old way meant agonizing over every single word for hours. But the magic of AI note and summary tools completely flips this. You just feed that massive article into your AI tool, and it generates a highly accurate, comprehensive summary in literal seconds. No joke. The real-world impact of this one single action is absolutely massive. You're looking at much faster learning because you hit those core concepts instantly. You get quicker research since you can blow through multiple sources in the time it used to take to read just one. And honestly, the biggest win? Way less overwhelm. As the source material points out, using AI to summarize saves far more time than people even realize. It's this immediate, stress-relieving benefit that you can literally use today. All right, Section 3, expanding your AI toolkit. Let's take a quick glimpse at the broader ecosystem out there. Because beyond your gateway tool, there are some incredible heavy hitters ready to speed up the rest of your day. Need to communicate visually? Canva gives you super clean, beginner-friendly graphics and presentations instantly, absolutely no design degree required. Tackling video? CapCut makes editing blazing fast by handling all those tedious cuts and captions for you, which is a total game changer for creators. And then you have dedicated AI writing assistants that'll step in to polish your emails and social media scripts, easily saving you hours every single week. And to keep all of this organized, AI productivity tools step in to streamline your tasks, schedules, and workflows, so you aren't constantly context switching between a dozen different apps. Plus, for the truly futuristic stuff, we have AI image generators. These let you create stunning, brand-new visuals simply by typing out a description of what you want. It's completely changing the creative process from the ground up. Which brings us to Section 4, how to start today and beating the overwhelm. Listen, the absolute biggest trap complete beginners fall into is overwhelming themselves, and then just straight up quitting. You know how it goes? They see this massive list of cool AI tools and think they need to master all of them by tomorrow morning. It's just impossible. When you try to learn everything all at once, your whole system breaks down, you get totally frustrated, and you end up going right back to working the hard way.
So here is your simple, direct mandate. Rule number 1, pick one tool, literally just one, and use it daily. Remember our gateway tool, ChatGPT? Start right there. Use it every single day to summarize a document, draft an email, or brainstorm an idea. Prove to yourself that it actually saves you time. Once that becomes a totally natural part of your day, then and only then, you slowly build out your system and maybe add a second tool.
And this brings us to a profoundly important insight that I feel like most people completely miss. AI is not replacing people. It's replacing repetitive work. That is the absolute core of this entire explainer right there. AI is here to eliminate the boring, manual, repetitive tasks that just drain your energy. The people who recognize this and who learn how to use these tools early on are gaining a massive, almost unfair advantage over everyone else. So I really want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. Will you let AI replace your repetitive work? Or are you going to keep working the hard way? The choice is entirely up to you. You've got the beginner's guide, you know the exact gateway tool to use, and you know exactly how to avoid the trap of overwhelm. Start today, work faster, create more, and win your time back. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.